Hi guys, welcome back to the third workout in All I Want for Christmas 2.0, and today we are getting down with some lean legs. So part of this workout is going to be standing. It will be bar based, so you will need a chair for a little bit of balance, and then of course we will be down on the mat as well. Just a reminder, if you guys would like to see some real-time feedback for this workout, I will have linked down below my channel on Elite Fit. So without further ado, let's do it. Okay, so once again, this workout will not include a separate warm-up, so if you do want to do something else before coming back to this one, I advise that so that you're a little bit warm. Otherwise, we'll get straight into it. So legs are going to come nice and wide here, feet wide, toes turned out, tailbone is tracking straight down. Whatever you want to do with the arms, this is not an upper body workout, so I don't really care, whatever you want to do with them. But we're just going to go for a plie squat here. So pressing down, knees are pushing back, tailbone stays tucked under, squeeze back up. So when I say squeeze back up, I mean we're actually thinking about the backs of the legs, backs of the knees even, drawing together. Create that resistance. Remember, if it's too fast up and down and it's just this like straight and bend in the knees, you're only gonna feel it in the joints. And that's not the purpose of any of this. So make sure you're really actively resisting there and squeezing the backs of the legs together, keeping the turn out. Keep going here. In a way, this is sort of a warm-up. So, yeah. The things that we're doing here at the start will kind of warm you up for these slightly more intense things that we'll get to as we get a little bit deeper into it. A few more here. And now we're like coming up to Christmas. Here's 2 and 1. Good. I want you to stay here. You're going to step the right foot in. You can take arms up overhead, step back out, other side. So we're just going to step in. Make sure you're doing a big push off that foot so you're not sliding the foot in. It is floating in, coming through a plie squat. Backs of legs come together. So knees are fully straight at the top. No little bends in them. You're fully squeezing backs of legs, backs of the knees together. And again, this is a little bit more, I guess, warm-up-esque. Do 4 more here. And last one, come back to that plie squat. If you want, you could use your chair for a little bit of balance here. Otherwise, you're gonna do nothing at all. Make sure feet aren't too wide. We're doing double heel lifts. So lift, lower, lift, and lower. Notice my height does not change as I lift the heels. So there's no like up, down. Legs stay here. So you're staying low in it, you're squeezing the butt, you're wrapping the legs open as far as you can as we just lift heels and release. It's a slow release, so you should feel a little bit of a shake on the release. Maybe not too bad yet because we're really still just getting started. Staying low, abs are engaged as well. So whether it's an abdominal workout or not, the abs should always be engaged. Even just in your daily life, they should be engaged. Do a few more here. Here's 2. We're going to keep it up on 1. Keep both of them up, and we're just pulsing here. So direct knees wide. Again, if you had a wall behind you, every part of your back would touch that wall. You wouldn't just have the butt pushing back, butt to wall. You want to make sure every part of your back would be touching that wall. Got a bit of cat hair on my face. That's par for the course. That seems right. Oh my God, I can feel it, but I can't get it. I can even actually see it. Oh, there we go. Got it. Got it. Thank goodness. So yeah, keep butt tuck, keep pushing these open, keep these low and slow. Find a nice little shake. We're just starting to get the legs to play here a little bit. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. There we go. So now is when we are going to use a chair. Although again, this is optional. You could do all this without the chair. I like to have the chair because it allows me to focus in a little bit more on the lower body. Without the chair, you are going to get a little bit more core work, which can be great also. But just having the chair there, I don't know, helps me get a little bit more of the lower body. And since this is a leg workout, that can be a nice thing. So we're going to be in the first position here, heels together, toes turned open, abs in tight. You want to take a little bit of a push forward from the chest, okay? So basically, if you're not here, what tends to happen is this, and then it's just a lot of lower back, and you're not actually getting the resistance that you want, and it's just kind of a throwaway. So I'm going to time this one. It's going to be a full minute. I'll show you each of the 4-ish things that we're going to do here. So first one, you're going to have your outside leg extended in front here, hips are even, inner thigh to the ceiling, toes pointed. We do just a straight lift there. Yeah, then we're gonna hold it. You're gonna bend both knees. So we bend this standing leg, it comes inward. This leg bends also, it goes outward, and we extend. So it's just gonna be a bend, extend, bend, extend. Then the third thing we do is gonna be very similar, except we're gonna go out to a second. So from the line that the foot is already traveling, it's gonna be there. So we were here for the first one, now we're here. The angle of the leg stays the same, so that's important to note. So whether I'm going here or here, this heel on my active leg is turning forward. So if I had a mirror in front of me, I would always be able to see this heel. So it's not this, and it's not this, right? Because then we're not getting the inner and outer thigh. Yeah? So there. So we'll do lifts there again to the side. Then same thing, you're gonna keep it lifted. We bend, extend, really thinking of rotating the bottom of the foot forward. So it's those 4 things. It's a full minute of each. So first one is to the front here, and we'll start it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we bring it forward, lift, and down. Again, drawing navel in, take a little bit of a tilt forward. On this one, when we go to the side, the tendency is going to be to lean away from it like that. So we'll actually want to think of angling the torso, if anything, slightly toward the active leg. So like I said, abs are engaged here, shoulders are down and back, chest stays open, and as much as possible, we're getting that turnout. The turnout is not from the hip, it's from the muscles. So if you were to take the hands to the hip bones here, your hips should still be directed straight forward. It shouldn't be like this, right? So we don't want to totally open up there. So depending on both the strength there, as well as kind of the degree of your natural turnout, it might be more or less turned out. This is my non-dominant side. So for me, starting with the left, that is going to be a little bit less open. You can hear Kat in the background. Keep it up here. We're gonna bend. I don't know what she's crying about. Extend. That's the kitten. Bend. She's like, who are you talking to? Why are you just talking into the void? Stop talking into the void. All the cats get a little bit weird about me talking into the void. So as we bend, everything opens. Extend. Everything opens on the extension. Hello. Inner thigh to the ceiling. Here's the kitten. Here's how the kitten's looking these days. Yep, that's a kitten. She's not even a year. Hi. So this is her very first Christmas, an exciting time. She got her very first Christmas present, which is like a dog bed, because she's a big girl. She's a big girl, so she needed a dog bed because she doesn't fit in the other beds that the other cats have. And she loves it. She loves her big girl bed. Do one more here. And bring it down. So same leg, but we're out to the side here. Lift and down. Exhale, lift, inhale, down. So same thing, hips stay square here. You don't want to be rotating out like this, okay? So really think of turning heel forward, keeping abs tight, staying straight there. Again, this is optional. So here, actually, I'm feeling pretty stable right now. So I might go without it, But if you are using the chair, it's just like 1 or 2 fingertips touching there. You're not actually putting any weight into it. You're not leaning into it. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Last night, she got to have room service in her big girl bed. Yes, that's right. We brought her dinner into her big girl bed, and she ate dinner in her big girl bed, and she loved it. Having the time of her life. First Christmas. So another thing to watch here, make sure you're not just kicking up. It should be a release, a slow release down. Keep this next one lifted. We bend everything. Open knees, extend. Open, extend. So that extension really gives you a good opportunity to open it out. Because it's not like big momentum, but within the extension there is a little bit more opportunity because we've got that push to find a bit more of the rotation. Keep that supporting side. Heel down. I keep looking down at her because I'm a little nervous that she's gonna start just like taking swipes at my leg. That would not be out of character. And I don't want her to like get stuck in my leggings. Huh? Huh, big girl? Yeah, she is a big girl. She is a big girl. Her dad is like, he's like maybe 14 kilos or something. Last one here, go ahead, release, which is like, what is that? About 30 pounds. They're big cats. They're big cats. All right, so I'm just gonna switch sides here with my chair. Actually, let's put it in a little bit here. And then we'll do same thing on the second side. So obviously, different leg on the outside, to the front, bend, extend, to second position, bend, extend. So starting in the front in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So lift and release. Hips even. Like I said, the 2 sides might not be identical because we're usually not perfectly symmetrical, though we try to be as symmetrical as possible. Again, thinking lower abs are engaged, a little bit of a push forward with the chest so we're not leaning back and using the lower back. Basically, if the abs are not working, which they should be, it's a leg lift, the lower back is going to work. So yeah, anytime you're doing a leg lift, whether you're here standing, you're down on the floor, on one side, wherever, anywhere you might be doing a leg lift, there should be some component of lower abs, right? So obviously, when we're lying down doing like a single or double leg lift, of course you're feeling the lower abs, as you should be. But here, as well, same thing. And again, just really controlling that release. Last one there, we're gonna bend, extend. I'm realizing I sat a little bit close to my chair, so I'm bending into it, so I'm just do-si-do away from it a little bit. So another thing to watch here is that shoulders are even. I mean, that's really just if you happen to have a mirror in front of you, which is, handy. But if you don't, you can kind of feel as well. So if you bring hands to the shoulders, you shouldn't feel like you're tilted one way, because that'll kind of indicate as well if the hips are even, if we're standing nice and straight. So make sure you're keeping toes pointed so we're getting that full extension. I know sometimes people get like foot cramps, leg cramps when they're pointing the toes. That's just a flexibility issue. So, the best way to combat that, as unpleasant as it sounds, is to do more things where you're flex, point, just to work on that flexibility. It tends to be more the case, last one there, with pointed toes though, just because if it's a position that you're not used to doing out to the side here, then just that position, those muscles aren't really like primed to do it so much. So yeah, the first several times you do it, it can kind of cause some like muscle cramps. But yeah, it's just a sign you need to push through it, get a little bit more movement there. So this one, again, watch that you're not woo to the inside. And again, make sure you're turning heel and bottom of the foot forward. So we don't want it to just be here. I see people do this a lot, which to be fair, that is gonna get the outer thigh. But I want a little bit extra with the inner thigh. So this workout is primarily inner thighs. It is a little bit of the outer as well. Quads, of course, are along for the ride. They usually are. You don't even really need to do anything quad specific for them to happen. Last one here, keep it up. We bend, extend, presenting that foot forward. Bend, extend, abs tight. Bend, extend. So I'm taking these super, super slowly. We want to always go slowly with strength, because that's how you'll actually feel it more. It actually gives the muscles an opportunity to do the thing, whereas if you're just going fast, again, that's where it's all going to be joints. So if it's fast, you're just going to get a lot of joints on this with these strength exercises. Of course, if we were doing cardio, we'd be going hardcore fast. But this is not a cardio workout. I love a bit of cardio as well, but that's just not what we're doing in this moment in time. About 10 more seconds here. Disregard the sound of sirens outside. It's a holiday weekend as I'm filming last one there, so who knows what sort of chaos might ensue. Okay, so I'm gonna get this chair out of here. If you're using a chair, just push that away, because we are going to come down to the mat at this point. So, let's see, I'm debating which side did I just work. Okay, so for which side to lie down on here, lie down onto the side where the leg that was just supporting, so not the active leg, the leg that was just supporting will be on the bottom, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. If not, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But you're gonna come fully down onto that side here, so we should have a straight line from the tips of the toes through the crown of the head. Hips are stacked here. So there are two issues I see with this one. I'll set you up and then I'm gonna point them out. You can do one of two things here. You can either take the top leg in front, right, and we'll be lifting this bottom one, or you can stack it here. It's just whatever's more comfortable for your hips. Now, the things to watch there, if you're here, there's a tendency to roll forward like that, to basically like starfish forward, which of course we don't want, because now we're not working the inner thigh at that angle. If you're here, there's more of a tendency to roll back like this, which again is a cheat. So if you're here, pull top hip back a little bit. If you're here, chances are you're gonna need to push into it a little bit. So I tend to go here. I just find this a little bit more comfortable for the hip, and I actively push that top hip forward so that I'm not rolling back. So again, we're gonna do 4 things here. First one, toes are pointed, we lift and lower, really nice and controlled. Then we're gonna keep it up, we're gonna pulse. Then we're gonna flex it, we're gonna bring it back and forward, knee stay straight, and then finally we'll do a pulse there with foot flexed. So again, I'm sorry, each of these a minute, which is gonna feel like a bit of marathon, but that's what we're going for, starting with the pointed lift in 3, 2, 1. So lift and lower. Navel is in tight to the spine. Keep that nice long line there. So I like to remind people of this one, you don't have an ankle, you don't have a knee, there are no joints. It's just one long leg there with no joints, no possible way of bending. So you're reaching as long as you can through the tips of the toes, and the motion is entirely from the line of the hip. So knee's not wiggly, ankle's not wiggly, nothing's bending there. Sometimes I'll see people cheat these by bending at the ankle. I'll show you what I mean, where it's like, I don't know, it's like that, so that it looks as if it's doing a higher lift, when in reality, it's not doing a higher lift. So just watch out for those little cheats. Even if you're not like actively thinking, oh, I'm gonna cheat this, I'm gonna try to make it easier, sometimes your body will just look for those shortcuts. So you gotta be on top of it so that it doesn't do it. Couple more here, keep this next one lifted, and little tiny pulses. Now this is a pulse up, not down. So don't think of it as a drop, think of it as a lift. So from your highest point, little lift, lift. Just thinking about it like that changes the way you experience these so much. So just again, run that through your mind. It's not a drop, it's a lift. So try not to drop at all. Keep it from your highest point, little lift, so that the burn is always there. There should be no relief in a pulse. So it shouldn't be like, oh, I'm lifted, release, release, release. No, it's lift to more intense, more intense, more intense. That's how we pulse. Should be shaky, should be uncomfortable. I'm there, but we still got like 8 more seconds here. Just breathe through it, keep abs tight. We got 2 more things, last one there. Flex the foot, so now we are pushing through the heel. You're just sweeping back and forward, back and forward. Keeping that knee straight, so leg is just floating off the floor here. You're not dragging it. And again, there's really a tendency with this one to want to bend the knee. Do not do it. Again, you don't have a knee. We're not even gonna like send the mind to the knee because the knee doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is the heel. So all we're thinking is heel, pushing through the heel. That's it. That's all you get. And keeping that leg floating, so inner thigh gets 0 break in this one. Keep it as high as you can. Woo, keep pushing that top hip forward. My foot is sliding. I know, if you guys have done my other videos, you know how much I love to complain about this mat that I'm on. I think the reason that you're like, well, why haven't you bought a new mat? A few reasons. Last one here, keep it flexed and pulse it here, last set. A few reasons. One, I do actually own other mats, but I leave them like scattered around town, basically to like places where I work so that I don't have to like carry a mat with me always. So my preferred mats, which are the ones I like work on like doing classes and stuff, those exist outside of this home. So that I don't have to carry them with me. So that's one reason I haven't bought a new mat, because I'm like, well, but I have other ones. Okay, but still, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could buy a new mat to film on at home, a new one to keep at home, a better one. Christmas is coming. That's why I haven't, because I'm like, possibly Santa is going to bring me a nice new mat for Christmas. Whoo, these are a doozy. Yeah, that's real shaky. So again, stay pushing through that heel, keep ankle straight, keep knee lock straight. We got 3, 2, 1, release. Man, those are a doozy. We're gonna switch sides. Side 2. Don't worry, we'll stretch it out at the end, just not yet. Also this mat, I don't know if you can tell on camera, it's so destroyed from Kitten. You may have seen her just like here scratching at it. Yep, it's pretty destroyed. But I don't even care because I really hate this mat. So whatever you did for that leg setup on the first side, either there or here, but keeping the hips stacked, toes pointed in 3, 2, 1, full lift and release. Lift and release. But yeah, I don't like, it's just the foam of it. I can't even explain the myriad reasons I hate this mat, but like I've had cheaper mats than this too. I'm not really that picky, but this one I'm just like, how is it possible that somebody designed such a terrible mat? Was there no quality control? Did nobody try it? Anyway, I'm done. That's my rant on this mat for today. Probably not the end of it, but it might be. This, like between this video and the next one, which will be probably my last videos of the year, I might do another little sneaky one before New Year. And then perhaps next time you catch me here, I'll be on a new mat, so this could be the last that I complain about it. Oh, what'll I have then? So abs still tight here. Last one, keep it up. It's a pulse up. Not down, up. So ask yourself, am I pulsing? Am I lifting upward? Or am I releasing downward? Not the same thing. Woo. Keep navel in tight. Keep going and going and going. I can't believe how close we are to Christmas. I do always feel like this time of year goes by shockingly fast, which is a bit sad for me because it is my favorite time of year, and then basically I hit January, I'm like, how close are we to Christmas? Let's bring it back around again. Yeah. Yes, indeed. And like at this stage where Christmas still hasn't happened yet, I'm like, but it basically feels like it's over because when it's this close, I know it's going to be over soon. Not ideal. Flex the foot here, you're gonna press back, live in the present. Press back and forward. But no, I absolutely love Christmas. I've been hitting all the Christmas movies. Let me know down below what your favorite Christmas movie is. I feel like many people, my favorite is Home Alone. And then, well, I have two favorites, Home Alone, and then one that's called Holiday in Handcuffs. It was an ABC Family original movie from 2007. So it's, geez, time flies. I watched that one as a freshman in college. I was studying for, I think, an art history exam, or no, maybe just, I don't know. I was studying for an exam, and I had the TV on, and Holiday in Handcuffs played, and it was basically the best thing I've ever seen. Last one here, and then last out pulses, foot stays flat, pushing through the heel. And then the great thing about ABC Family, and I think a lot of cable channels, is that they'll play something, it was the premiere, and then they'll immediately play it again. So it's like a double premiere. So that in case you missed the first round of the premiere, they'll just play it again, so you can catch it anytime. So I watched it twice in a row the first time it played, and I do not miss that every year. Every year, Holiday in Handcuffs has to come out. I haven't watched it as I'm filming this. I haven't yet watched it this year, because it's one of the ones that's so good that I save it for a little bit. Basically, the gist of Holiday in Handcuffs is that it involves Melissa Joan Hart and Mario Lopez, and Melissa Joan Hart kidnaps Mario Lopez and forces him to pretend to be her boyfriend for Christmas. It sounds absurd. It sounds like all the rest of them, I know. Go ahead, release, but I'm here to tell you that there is something really special about Holiday in Handcuffs. All of the jokes on point. They leave no stone unturned. Such good jokes. So funny. Genuinely funny. Not like, oh, I'm laughing at Holiday Handcuffs. I laugh with all of the jokes that were written to be funny. It's so good. Also, if anybody is a fan of the film Meet Me in St. Louis, which how could you not be, the girl who plays Lucille Ballard is the grandmother in Holiday in Handcuffs, and it's one of my favorite things about it. Anyway, finishing up here, we're going to do on your back, heels together, toes turned out, knees open wide. We're going to do just 20 extensions here. We're going to helicopter it. That's going to be our finale. We're going to stretch, so we're close. As we extend, same as in a plie, when we're coming up out of it, you're going to think of the backs of the knees coming together. Lower back stays down. Inhale. On the exhale, we push. Backs of the knees coming together. Tuck in. So there's a little bit of a hold at the end. Hollow out the navel. But yeah, highly recommend Holiday in Handcuffs. There's also a Hallmark one that I like called The Spirit of Christmas that I probably do about twice per year. The Spirit of Christmas is about a literal spirit of Christmas. It's about a ghost who I affectionately refer to as Hot Ghost because he is a hot ghost. And yeah, it's really good because he says lots of funny old-timey things. Again, it's a really great script. And he wears an old-timey outfit. And he was murdered working as a rum runner during Prohibition in America. Yep, it's a good one. I believe it is on the Hallmark channel, website, app, whatever it is. If you have that. Do a few more here. Which, if you're in Europe, is tricky. You have to have a VPN. So annoying. But if you're in the States, all yours. Last one there. And then you're just going to point the toes, helicopter here. Keep abs tight. Legs nice and long. Super controlled here. But yeah, those are some good Christmas movies to carry you through the season. And give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring these in. Come up to a seated position. And the moment you've been waiting for, soles of feet together, knees open wide. This is going to feel magical because we did a lot of inner thighs. And that's a great inner thigh stretch. So, if Few options here. You can always do hands behind. I like that sometimes just to start these ones off because it helps you find the fold at the line of hips rather than just like flopping over into it. But if you can find that fold and then you also can bring the hands forward, you can do that. You can take a little rock, side to side, like so. Have a little play around. And then we'll stack it here. So you're gonna bring right leg on top of the left. If the hips are just like, that's a no-go, just go a little bit wider there, or you can sit cross-legged, but if you can go for that stack, go for the stack. If you're stacked, but you have a bit of a gap here, just start to gently rock into it, pressing it down. Maybe it'll press down, especially if you're really using the breathing. That's such a big part of stretches, especially if we're stretching for flexibility. To just breathe into it. If you're holding the breath, it's not going to release and you're more likely to be injured. And so yeah, just make sure you're breathing into it basically. So have a little play around there. Then this is kind of a fun one for the hips. Let's see, do I have space? That leg that's on top, so your right leg, you're going to flip around, so it's like a little pinwheel. And then you're going to square up, hands behind front knee, front ankle. Hands will come down there, so don't go off to the side like that. Go straight back behind you, and then you can either stay there, really pressing this down, so make sure you're not like pulling back like that. Press it down so you're extending across the front of the right hip. You could go back to the forearms here. I actually would love to go back to the forearms, but the wall's in my way. Maybe if I scooch forward a little bit, I might have enough. Sure, kind of. There we go. But yeah, it's a nice big stretch for that right hip flexor. If you've got a lot of flexibility there and this right knee feels okay, you could even potentially lie flat. And if you can get out of it, half of the stretch to me is like, can I get out of this? Go ahead and press back up. We'll switch sides. So left leg will stack on top. And again, if you need to like rock into it, have a little play around, just taking nice deep breaths, getting it to release. I'm really distracted if I'm looking down the floor because Luna is just over there like washing her face on the other side, and like, I don't know, no matter how many times I see the cats like washing their faces or doing these sorts of things, which I see constantly, it's so cute. It's so cute. All right, top leg, left leg, flips around here, square up behind, front ankle and knee, hands down or down to the forearms. Find space, there we go. It is too cute. It's gonna be almost as cute as when we put them in their festive Christmas sweaters. Yes, we did order festive Christmas sweaters for the cats, for their Christmas photos, because yeah, why not? They're my beautiful children. I like to take festive photos of them because I think they're the most beautiful, perfect children in the world. Yeah. And they look lovely in their festive Christmas sweaters. Go ahead, press up. Extend both legs just long in front of you. Give them a little shake out. Ooh, you can take a little reach forward here. Pulling shoulders back, pushing forward through the chest. And there we go. So that is a third routine, oh my God, already number 3 of our All I Want for Christmas series, which sadly means there's only one left. But on the bright side, there's one left. So if you enjoyed this one, be sure to let me know by giving this video a like down below. And of course, while you're there, hit that subscribe button so that you can be back here next week to see the final workout, to do the final workout in the All I Want for Christmas series, and of course, any future workouts in the new year. And while you're down there, clicking those little buttons, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know your favorite Christmas movie. If you've seen Holiday in Handcuffs, if you've seen The Spirit of Christmas, I'm sure everybody's seen Home Alone, but if not, I'm kind of shocked and appalled. And yeah, so let me know how your Christmas season is going so far. I will see you guys next week. Bye!